New camera. Who dis? What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I've been just here in my room talking to y'all. Today I am back for my annual New Year's tag video. So for those of you that are uninitiated, the New Year's tag is basically a video where you reflect on a series of questions that help you look back at your previous year before the new year starts and sees like what you've accomplished, what you struggle with, and it's a good way just to wrap up your year and see how you've grown. All right, so question 1. What did you do in 2018 that you've never done before? So similar to last year with my first out-of-state convention, I went to my very first out-of-country convention. So if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, you'd probably know that I attended Anime Revolution, or Anirevo, in Vancouver, Canada. This has kind of been a dream of mine for a couple years because I have a little group of friends up in British Columbia around Vancouver. So it was really cool to be able to meet them in person after knowing them since like 2014, 15? So, and just in general this year, I've really reached out to new people more so than I have before. Whether it be on social media or at a convention, I've been able to meet new friends, and for those friends that I already had, I've been able to kind of become better friends with them. Question number 2, did you keep your New Year's resolutions and will you make more for next year? So I have my little list of resolutions here. Number 1 was improve my work ethic. Yes, I did that. Last year for classwork, while it wasn't the best year mentally, it was pretty good academically. I think my grades were the highest they've ever been back then, last year, so very happy with that. They're still pretty good, so, you know, that's cool. And not only did I do well in school, I also actually made a bunch of costumes this year. I remember one of the big gripes in 2017 that I had was that I had never finished a whole costume. I did like half of a Link costume for one convention and that was it. But in 2018, I made a bunch. I made Skyward Sword Link, Joker from Persona 5, Protagonist from Persona 5, Howl from Howl's Moving Castle, On from Dancing Star Night, oh, and the swim version from Colossal Con. So, pretty big year for me, and I'm like pretty happy with that, so. My next resolution was to manage my time better. Yes, definitely did that. I kind of addressed that in the last resolution with how I finished all my costumes while juggling schoolwork and any other things I was doing in life. And the third, and I think most important one for me, was to have better control over my eating patterns. I'm not gonna give you the long-winded version of this, but pretty much I went through the entire summer of 2017 like restricting calories, and I went into like, you know, the next, you know, year of class with that too, and I was like obsessed with MyFitnessPal and that kind of thing. But on the final day of Colossal Con, I was able to hit that delete button on all those apps, and I haven't weighed myself or counted my calories since. And thusly, I've also been able to improve my diet. So what are some new resolutions that I'm going to make this year? So the first one is I want to work on myself as a person, and that's just like improve my mental health, like make myself feel I'm worth more than my brain tells me I am. Number 2 is be fearless. I've been pretty shy ever since I was a kid, so I really just kind of want to break out, do something crazy, but legal and not too crazy. Like, I just want to put myself out there and just be myself, like be less reserved and just no regrets, live your life. And then some less important ones are like finish my costumes for KatsuCon, make more than one swim costume for Colossal Con, so yeah. Number 3, what would you like in 2019 that you've lacked in 2018? I want a steady source of income. I, over the last year, have had some struggles with working a job. The worst job I think I ever had was in the summer, and I'm not gonna talk about it. I don't want to talk about it at all. It was just so bad for me mentally and physically, so I quit that job and now I'm unemployed. I'm only a teenager, so I don't need to worry about that too much. Like I'm okay there, but I would like to be able to have like some more income that's not just like selling stuff on eBay or like Poshmark. So that's a big goal I have. And I'd like more of a sense of professionalism. Like I'm a pretty laid back person in general, but when I'm like working with photographers from more like business standpoint, I want to be less like, ooh, I'm this little like 5-year-old kid that wants to like, you know, take photos with you. No, like I want to be a little more professional while still being like myself, if that makes sense. You feel me? Number 4. What was your biggest achievement of the year? Honestly, making 6 costumes. While I didn't make all of them from scratch, I completed 6 costumes, which is 5.5 more than I did in 2017. And honestly, like, just through making these costumes, I was able to meet so many people that I would consider really good friends today. And I also made my dream costume of Skyward Sword Link. I wanted to be him ever since the game came out. When I was fairly young, I think I was about 11 years old when the game came out. So yeah, that made me all warm and fuzzy inside, so. Question number 5. What was the best thing you bought? So as redundant as this sounds, the best thing I bought in 2018 was definitely my ColossalCon 4-day pass. ColossalCon is my favorite convention. I go every single year. I've gone for 3 years now, going on 4. But this year was different. I had like more than one costume to show off that I was proud of. I did semi-professional photo shoots with a bunch of people and great photographers that I am so happy to know now. Like I said earlier, I met new friends and became better friends with the people that I already knew. I did my very first group cosplay with some awesome people. Persona 5 swim group. Watch the vlog. Number 6. What was your favorite TV program? So I kind of have 2 and a half. I'm gonna cheat. Number 1, Persona 5. Now, I was introduced to Persona 5 back in like end of December, early January. Still on my Xbox, bought a PlayStation so I could play the game, and then I watched the anime as it was coming out later in the year, which was pretty okay. It was good when I didn't have time to play a game, to watch it and get the storyline. Second one is Free, Dive into the Future. So I watched Free, which is a swimming anime, back in like 2015 or before then maybe even. But this year I really was able to watch it all the way through, including the new season that came out. Like now that I'm older when I watch it, I can like relate to the characters more, like their internal struggles, and it's just, I love my swimmy boys. I don't know if this counts, but my third program that I loved is The Adventure Zone. The Adventure Zone is actually a podcast about Dungeons and Dragons, just when you thought I couldn't get any nerdier. It's just so funny, introduced me to a new game that I thought I wouldn't like, and I've fallen in love with one of the characters. So, Taco, I love you. Oh, I cosplayed him too, hello! So last but certainly not least, number 7. Tell us a valuable life lesson that you learned in 2018. Life sucks sometimes. A lot. You might be depressed, have anxiety, experience stress, or some kind of other internal struggle, but that is not all your life has to contain. While these things might seem to be everywhere around you and you can't escape from them, there's always light that you can find in the midst of these things. Now, you might not be able to totally conquer these things and get rid of them, but that light can help you get through them and cope with them. So 2018, this year was horrible. I don't think I've ever cried this much or had as many mental breakdowns as I did, but throughout the year, I've never felt more loved than I have before, and I came out on top of all these things. So that is the end of my 2018 New Year's tag. I hope you enjoyed watching / listening to me reflect on my past 365 and 1/4 days. I'll have the list of questions in the description below so you can also do the tag. Let me know if you do it, because I want to hear what you did this year. So I love you all so very much. I hope that your New Year's is great and that 2019 is much better for us than 2018. I will see you all later. I love you. Bye!